Hi, this is Monica with dailydwelling.com, and I am here today with a little digital scrapbooking organizing tutorial. We are nearing the end of the month of October, and one thing I try to remember to do and really regret if I don't do every month is to download my digital files that comes in the Digi Files. I am subscribed to the Digi Files, which is a subscription where you receive, let's see, it's 7 digital kits, templates, sets of some kind of sort of digital supplies once a month for a very low price. I think it's about $7 a month, and you get a ton of stuff. And as a new digital scrapbooker, this is a wonderful, wonderful way to start building up some digital supplies and also to learn of some digital designers that are new to you and also kind of figure out what your style is with scrapbooking. So these are actually released at the beginning of every month, and ideally I would be on their site downloading my supplies every month on the first, but life gets busy, and I really try very hard to remember to download these files by the end of the month. And so I have just downloaded all of my files for this month from the Daily Digi website, and that is what I have pulled up right here that you can see. This is my login page, has a greeting at the top of the page, and then for each file, it tells how many days are left to download it at the end of the month. If you haven't downloaded, they're gone. So it tells you how many days you have left. And one thing that they added to the site this year that I really, really love is there is a check mark beside everything that has already been downloaded, which is very helpful because sometimes I may download 2 or 3, 4, whatever kits and get busy while it's going through the download process and forget to come back. Well, if that happens, whenever I do come back, or if I close out of the tab and come back later, I can see very easily what I have and have not downloaded. So I'm going to take you through exactly what I do when I download these supplies and how I have them organized. I use, see if I can pull it up here, there we go. I use ACDSee 16 to manage my digital scrapbook files. There is a lot that you can do with this software, and I will readily admit that I am not using it to its full potential, but I am using it in a way that works for me. I don't have a need necessarily to tag all of my supplies, but I do like ACDC's interface for working with the files and managing them. I like it much better than I guess, a Windows, whatever you use inside Windows, the Windows panes. So that is what I have over here on this side of the screen. You can see that in my file management system inside just my computer, I have a folder set up under my username folder. I have a folder set up for DigiScrap, and this is where I keep all of my scrapbooking supplies. It is backed up to an external drive and backed up online as well. So inside this DigiScrap folder, I have a folder that is set up for Daily Digi. Inside here, I have a bonus kits which come out, I think, every 4 months that you are subscribed. And then I have a folder for Digi Files. I have been subscribing to the Digi Files since February of 2011, and I have everything in this folder. Arranged by number of Digi Files, and then the date and the year, month and the year, sorry. So what I already did is I already set up a folder for this month's Digi Files, which is labeled 70 underscore October 2014. I also have a folder for extras, and I have a folder for the playbooks that are included in each month's Digi Files. Now you will notice that all of the playbooks are not included here. Sometimes I forget to put them, to separate them out into this folder. It is helpful when I do though. So there we go. You should, in the settings of your browser, have a place designated that your downloads will always go to. I have in the past had them set up to go to my desktop, but I don't like a messy desktop. And what is working for me right now is to have them just go into a downloads folder. So you will see here, and they inside of ACDSee, any files that have not been unzipped are red. The folder is red. Once it's zipped, all the files are unzipped, extracted, then they are a yellow, normal looking folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight each of the folders, and I cleaned out my downloads folder before I downloaded all of the supplies included in this month's Digi Files. So everything in here is what was included in the Digi Files for this month. And so I am going to highlight each of these folders by clicking on the first one, holding down the Shift key, and then clicking on the last one. That highlights everything. Next, I'm going to extract them into the folder that I have already set up for them to go. So they're highlighted. There's a task pane inside of ACDSee. You can click on extract a folder, or you can just right click and extract a folder, which is what I'm going to do. There's also a shortcut, Alt-A. It does the same thing. So click on that button, extract a folder. A pop-up will come up asking me what folder I want to extract them to. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to select my folder. Let's see, where is it? Ah, there we go. That's my external drive. So here we go. Digi Scrap. There's my folder for Daily Digi. Open that up. Folder for Digi Files. Open that up. And I'm going to scroll all the way down to the folder that I just set up. If you have not already set up a folder, then you can click on the folder, I'm saying folder a lot, that you want your subfolder in, and then create folder. It is easier if you've already gotten that set up though. So I'm going to click on this and then click on OK, and it will start extracting those zipped files, unzipping them, and putting them in that folder. So I'm going to pause for a minute, and I will come back once that is completed. Okay, so everything has completed extracting into the folder that I designated, and you'll see there are all of the Digi Files supplies for this month. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each folder one at a time, and I'm going to rename them. Okay, so I'm going to, for this first folder, I'm going to right click and hit rename, and I will rename it with designer's name underscore and then the name of the kit. Okay, and then I really like when the designers have folders already set up inside their main folder for the kit. I like to have folders for each type of supply, one for alphas, one for elements, and one for paper setup. And so what I will do, this is the alphas inside the first kit, is I will click on it, and I'm just going to right click, rename, alphas. Okay, look at those, cute, cute. And I will also drag the preview into the main folder for the kit. Okay, there we are. These are the elements for that kit. This kit is called Limitless, and it's by Amber Shaw. I'm going to right click, rename, elements. And then we have the papers left. Again, same thing. Right click, rename, not elements, papers. There we go. Okay, so this is the first folder included, and inside the main folder you can see the preview of the kit, and then the 3 folders that are set up, one for alphas, one for papers, one for elements. I'm going to take this preview of the entire Digi Files, and I'm going to set it up inside the folder for all of the Digi supplies. Now, any other time that I come to this folder, this preview, I can just delete it because I don't need that in the folders. So, and again, here is so it's like Cluster Queen Creations kit called Little Things. And then how this designer had her download set up is that there were separate downloads. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to set up a new folder. Right click on the folder for this month, new folder, and I'm going to rename it with the designer's name or abbreviation for her name, and then the kit name. Okay, there we go. And then each of the downloads that she had, I'm just going to move into that main folder. Just drag it up into the main folder is how I'm doing that. Okay, then open that to see what all I have. Okay, it's like this is papers. This is going to be more papers. This looks like it's going to be alphas. It's a great cork alpha. Okay, I'm just looking at what I have, and it looks like this is elements. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to drag this folder up. There we go. And I'm going to rename it papers. Okay, don't need that. There we go. So here's my folder for papers. Okay, I'm going to move the previews. Is that in everyone? I think. Okay, I'm going to move this previews, terms of use, and links folder into the main folder for this kit. Okay, paper. So all of my papers are going to go into this one folder. Okay, and this looks like this is, ooh, these are some extras. Element, huh. Some solid papers. Okay, so I am going to select all of these solid papers. It looks like this is in an extra folder, and I'm going to move them into my papers folder. There we go. And this looks like just some cards and extra elements. When I get to my elements folder, then I'm going to move them into that. Okay, so I've got all my papers, some extras. Don't need that folder anymore. Okay. This is a folder containing the alphas. Move it up into the main folder. and I'm going to rename it Alphas. Okay. Here's a folder containing all of the elements for the kit. Cute, cute. I always like to just browse through and see what's in there. Okay, I'm going to move this up into the main folder and rename it Elements. Okay, now I'm going to take these extra elements that were included in that other folder. I'm going to select all of them and move them into my Elements folder. Okay, it looks like there is a folder included that contains terms of use, links, and previews. In each of the folders, as you can remember, I already moved one of those into the main folder for the kit, so I don't need all of these others. There we go. So there is my main folder for this kit. I'm going to move a preview of the kit into the main folder. And then inside the main folder, I have again a folder for all of the alphas, subfolder for elements, subfolder for papers, and then there's a subfolder for terms of use, links, and previews, which is definitely keep those for reference. And I'm going to move on to work with my next kit. This is a sampler set of templates. Okay. So I am going to, again, rename it. And then inside the folder, I'm going to rename that to templates. This is a kit by Kate Hadfield, or a set of doodles, 2 sets of doodles looks like, by Kate Hadfield, which are so cute. Okay, just going to rename this main folder. Okay, and since these really don't contain papers, alphas, elements, I'm just going to leave that as is, those 2 folders. Here we go, and this looks like Libby Pritchett's kit called Turn, 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 and there are 3 folders included. Looks like one for elements, this looks like papers, this looks like alphas. Okay, so again, I'm going to come up to my main folder for this month, click on New Folder, and I'm going to create a folder with the designer's name and kit name, underscore, name of the kit. Okay, I'm going to move these folders into that. Okay, next I'm going to open it up and set up my folders for elements, papers, and alphas. There's the elements, so cute. Rename elements. This is an empty folder now, I'll just delete it. Here's papers. And here's one for alphas. So as you can see, here is the folder set up for Libby Pritchett's contribution Turn, 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 a folder for alphas. Inside that folder, she has a separate folder for each color of alphas, and I leave that as is. Folder for elements, folder for papers. I'm going to see if I can find in any one of these a preview of the kit. There it is. And move that into the kit main folder. Perfect. Okay. Next, I've got My DeLeon's Kit Somerset, and it's in 2 folders already. Looks like one for papers, one for elements. So I'm going to come up, create a new folder for her contribution. Move these inside, and I can start organizing. Okay. There are 2 folders. She has them separate. Separate folder for patterned papers and solid colored papers. I like to have all of my papers together. So I will take one of these folders that are set up, and I'm going to rename it to just papers. Okay. Then I'm going to select all of the solid papers and move that into the papers folder. So inside this papers folder, you've got all of the paper, solid colored and pattern. Now this is empty except for a preview. Okay. This is a folder for elements. Just going to rename that elements. I'm gonna elements papers. This is empty now. Okay. She has a README folder that contains terms of use, a coupon, some links in each of the 2 folders that are set up. I'm going to move this into the main folder for her kit and then delete the extra. Okay, and next I'm going to move the previews into the main kit folder. And there we are set up. Here's the main kit folder, folder for elements, folder for papers, and the terms of use folder. I have just 2 more sets to go through. This is a Project Life set, which I will just rename to Project Life. There's some collage templates, and then there's the actual kit. I'm going to leave these 2 folders as is, except moving the preview into the main folder for that contribution. I'm excited to go look through that. And then this was an extra that was included this month, which was just a template containing 6 photos. So I'm just going to rename that, and that's done. So here is a look at everything in this month's folder for my Digi Files supplies. Main folder, a folder for each of the designers and their contribution this month, and each of those folders are arranged into 2 to 3 subfolders: alphas, elements, papers. And that is how I keep my Digi Files supplies organized. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.